MK Ultrai? Are you kidding me? In Maine. What? Were they testing LSD on lobsters back in the day?
For the love of, can we at least introduce the book? Before you go full conspiracy theorist. This isn't your cousin Vinny's message board.
Hey. Vinny was right about the lizard people in the Denver airport. Anyway. This book. The Summer Guests by Tess Gerritsen. Whatever. It starts with a missing rich kid. Zoe, Conover. Poof, gone from her fancy summer house in Purity, Maine. Purity. Yeah, right.
And during the search for the missing teenager, they dredge up skeletal remains from the local pond, decades old. That's the hook. Not just your immediate jump to mind control. It's about layers. See?
Layers. It's about a bunch of retired CIA spooks, the Martini Club. God, what a name. Sounds like my Nana's bridge group. Sticking their wrinkled noses where they don't belong. Are they charming old folks, or just annoying busybodies? The reviews can't even decide. One says they're like murder, she wrote, with CIA training.
Which is a brilliant concept. Experienced operatives using their skills.
Skills? Or just being pains in the neck. It says right here their help is unwanted. This poor police chief, Jo Thibodeau. This young woman trying to do her job. And she's got Grandpa Bond. And his crew running around. Probably planting listening devices in the lobster traps.
It's an uneasy alliance. She grudgingly accepts their help. She's resourced in a small town facing a double case. A missing girl and a cold case murder, potentially linked to.
MKULTRA. See? I told you. Mind control. Secrets. Probably aliens next. And this family, the Conovers. Rich summer people closing ranks. Strained adversarial dynamic. It says. Translation. They're all guilty of something. Probably hiding the kid themselves for insurance money.
That is pure speculation, based on absolutely nothing in the summary except they're wealthy. You can't just...
Oh, I can't. Remember last week's book? The cyanide croissant. You swore up and down the butler couldn't have done it because his alibi was too perfect. And who was polishing the silver with arsenic. Bam! Am! The butler. My gut is never wrong.
Your gut thought the victim faked his own death by pastry. Anyway, the Martini Club is trying to clear their neighbor, Luther, who becomes the prime suspect. Classic red herring, probably.
Poor Luther. See, the rich folks probably framed him. It's always the little guy. And Maggie Bird, the head spook. Is she a hero or just bored? Probably. Mrs. Waterboarding people. Now she settles for grilling the local clam chowder guy.
She's sharp-minded, clever, using her experience for good. It's about showing that older people are still vital and...
Vital. Or just reckless. Imagine these guys trying to tail someone. Declan, wait up, my hip's acting up. Ingrid, did you remember the surveillance gear, or just your prune juice? It's ridiculous. This isn't red. It's just... sad.
It's not sad. It's... Okay, one reviewer did call it an average police procedural, because the spies weren't in enough personal danger this time. Which is absurd. The stakes are a missing girl and a potential link to government conspiracies.
Yeah, average. Where's the grit? Where's the car chase through quaint downtown purity? Instead, we get debates about whether Jo, the chief, likes them or not. Who cares? Does she find the girl? Does the skeleton point fingers from beyond the grave?
The relationship deepening between Jo and the club is part of the character development. It shows.
That she's a pushover. If my retired Uncle Sal tried to help me parallel park using old Navy signals, I wouldn't grudgingly accept. I'd tell him to stick his semaphore flags where the sun don't shine.
Okay. Let's talk about the ending. Mostly positive. People found the twists satisfying. But one reviewer griped about her. Loose thread. Regarding someone named Kit's secret. Did Gerritsen drop the ball?
Yes. Lazy writing. See. Just like I said about the butler last week, you can't just leave stuff hanging. What was Kit's secret? Was he the real mastermind? Was he secretly Elvis living in Maine? We need answers. This isn't some fancy, literary novel where ambiguity is art. This is Crime Time Drive. We want cuffs and confessions.
Or maybe, just maybe, it's setting up the next book in the series. It's called Foreshadowing. Look it up.
Foreshadowing is just a fancy word for I couldn't figure out how to wrap it up. We got a fake email here from Concerned in Cleveland. My neighbor keeps trimming his hedges at 3 a.m. and humming show tunes. Is he a retired spy? Should I call the cops or the Martini Club? See? This book is making people paranoid.
The point is, the central mysteries, the missing girl, the old corpse, the M-culture connection. They do get resolved, apparently quite satisfyingly for most readers. You just fixate on the minor details.
Minor. If this Martini Club investigated a lost cat, would they end up uncovering a Cold War assassination plot and accidentally trigger a nuclear alert? Probably. They're meddling geriatrics. Fun, maybe, but competent. I doubt it.
Okay, verdict time. Despite your reservations, I found the premise intriguing. The blend of cozy setting with spy thriller elements. The intergenerational conflict. It's clever. I give it 4 out of 5 ticking. Time bombs, diffused with a hearing aid.
Are you insane? It sounds like a mess. Cozy. Thriller. Old people. Mind control. Pick a lane, Gerritsen. It gets 2 out of 5. Unwanted pieces of advice from retired relatives. Plus, maybe half a point for digging up a skeleton. 'Cause that's always cool. So, 2.5. Final answer.
Fine. 2.5 loudly disputed points.
Whatever. Next week, we're tackling that book about the killer clown who only targets librarians. Chuckles the silencer. My kind of psycho.
It's called The Dewey Decimal Dilemma, and it's a psychological study of.
See you next time on Crime Time Drive. Don't trust anyone over 70 with a martini shaker.